I'll leave that in. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 111th edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by my fellow Hans Zimmer appreciator, Jaden.
Hello.
Jaden's feeling it today, I can tell. And we also got PTA's number one fanboy, aka Fitzy, aka Liam.
Hello.
Blessed morning to you. And we've also got over here a very special guest today. No one can see that, but I wish they did. You did a little bow there. We've got Geelong's favourite cinematographer. Well, do you do cinematography? It's just more photography, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just more still images, I guess. I don't really have it, an actual career making out of moving images.
But you have done cinematography. You have short films, so I guess it's fine. It counts.
Yeah, true. But I've never personally shot a film for a certain director before, so could you really call me a cinematographer?
Well, Zack Snyder is just his own cinematographer, for that Army of the Dead movie. So that's fine. He's a cinematographer for that. I'm trying to help you, Andy. I'm trying to build your reputation here. You don't need to counter argue me here. But anyway, and we've got Andy Lau, aka Andy.
Hi. Yeah. Hammer. Hammer.
Can you translate? Is that hi?
He said, how are you?
Oh, great. I'm great. I can't respond in Chinese, though. Can you, no. Jaden? Sounds like you can. No?
Wait, let me remember.
God.
The Chinese.
Hi. That's just yes.
I
don't know. I never got praised. Mr. Zhang never told me I did a good job, so I don't know.
No.
You never got encouragement?
No.
So you never continued.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I can respond in different languages. I can say more bon or bene or dobad, or I can say molto bene. Even I can tell you in different stuff, but
Right.
Yep.
I thought your year with Miss Mao would have served you better, to be honest.
Mate, you were there too, so I mean, you can't put that on me.
It's an excellent point. I don't like you've just made that point right there. That's a great point. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is Kung Fu Hustle, which opened in China on the 23rd of December, 2004. It was directed, written by, and starring Stephen Chow. It is an action comedy. And the synopsis says, in Shanghai, China in the 1940s, a wannabe gangster aspires to join the notorious Axe Gang, while residents of a housing complex exhibit extraordinary powers in defending their turf. Whoa. Where do I go? Where do I start? I don't know.
With the guest.
The guest? Yeah, sure. Andy, tell me about your experience watching Kung Fu Hustle and just your experience with the film overall. I assume you've seen it before, and if it means anything to you.
Well, I have seen this probably close to 8 times or 7 times. I'm not sure really, but this is probably my first ever rewatch since year 10, year 11.
So I haven't seen been a while.
It's definitely a childhood movie for me personally. I remembered my sister and I. We would always, whenever it was on SBS, we would always watch Kung Fu Hustle. And, this is typically a laugh out loud movie. You go in there just to have fun. I remember when I was pretty young, I thought it was just a random silly Kung Fu movie. But as I grew older, I didn't know how much significance it had with the cinematic world. I didn't know it was genuinely that spectacular. The comedy aspect, it does put it off, but this is, behind the comedy, there is, great technical brilliance behind every visual effects, behind every Kung Fu choreography, and, just the humor itself is, if you're Chinese, the humor, you would understand the humor, but for the Western audience, I'm not sure how you guys would feel about the humor. So I guess,
right. Yeah,
based on my experience, I have seen this plenty of times, but it's up to you guys how you interpreted the film itself. Like I said, this is just about having fun. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts now.
Okay, cool. No, that was a great introduction. I'm glad we went to you first, Andy.
He actually passes it off to other people, unlike us who just stops dead.
I've carried this show for so long, and goddamn Andy's coming in here and helping me out. I'm so happy. No, Jane, you want to go? I believe us regular lads, this is our first viewing for all of us. Is that right?
Correcto.
Excellent. All right, Jane, take
Just,
it away.
just what?
Oh, okay. No, you're right. Yeah, go for it.
Just before Jane goes, like, I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but like, I love watching YouTube reactions of other people reacting to Kung Fu Hustle. Like, watching those people watch the film makes me smile. I know a lot of white people that loved it. You know, I think Henry saw it. I think he liked it as well. Like, I've had a conversation with him about the film. YouTuber Joel Haver, that Liam would probably know, he also loved the film. It's just like, I'm surprised that the Western audience really loved this film. And there's something about the film that, you know, the joke. It's really surprising to me that the Western audience would actually, you know, praise this film so highly. So I won't expect that from you guys, but it's just, you know, like just a disclaimer before Jane starts. So, you know, you're welcome to go ahead now.
I mean, you're right.
Please.
Like it's well regarded on you know, Metacritic, and the scores are all good on all the apps and shit. So clearly,
yeah, I was clearly surprised about the amount of high praises that it gets. Like, I thought it was like a silly whack ass film initially, but like I didn't know it was that amazing to a lot of people. So, yeah, you guys, how do you guys feel?
No, I'm gonna shock Andy here and say I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I laughed a lot. I like it. Kind of fed me a different film from that opening, so I was expecting a bit more like a bit more artsy. But no, I love it. I love how it ended up. I love the comedy, the characters, the action. I thought the action was fantastic, and you know, I think the CGI for how budgeted it is still looks pretty great. Like there was only like I think towards the end it kind of faded. You know, in that like kind of when you get launched into the sky, and, like there's the birds. That was like the only like qualms of the, you know, CG that I had. But like the rest of it was pretty good. I very much enjoyed it.
Right.
Excellent. Wow. All right, Liam.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I was like, well, okay. I was very like up and down. It was a very up and down experience, but like the action scenes were really, I was really into those, and most of the comedy really worked. There was some parts that were just too slapstick and silly for me. That just didn't vibe with that. But overall, I was like, it was pretty impressive, and yeah, I got into it as, you know, the kung fu, the fighting ramped up, so I enjoyed it. I mean, I love the opening, and I did think, as Jane said, I was expecting like a different vibe, especially because like there's no science fiction in the opening. There's no like things that can't happen in real life, like someone running at super speed, you know. But so when that happened, when she ran it, you know, like a Jedi in Phantom Menace, I wasn't expecting that. But no, it was good overall because there was some bad aspects, some great aspects. I think it was
put my hand up.
Andy,
I'm putting my hand up.
Go for it.
I'm just going to ask you guys, did you guys know what you were going to go in for, like, in general?
Yeah.
Did you expect? Okay. What about Hill and Sue, you guys?
Had no idea. Had no clue what this movie was.
Idea.
Didn't know a thing about it.
Oh, no. I kind of wish I told you guys what it was, like, what you guys might expect, because, like Liam said, the slapstick does feel a bit silly, but, like, it is part of Stephen Chow's trademark as a actor and director himself. And yeah, like if you guys knew that earlier, I don't know if that experience might have altered a bit differently. If you guys knew there was going to be some slapstick comedy, do you guys like slapstick comedy in general? Just asking.
It's not really for me. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
that's fair, I guess.
I mean, I like the cartoons. What's that? The running cartoon.
Roadrunner.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the running road cartoon?
Beep, beep. That one. Yeah.
The film's like, I mean, the film's very well executed in what it achieves to do, and like, I think all the humor and stuff is all really well done. I don't know. It wasn't for me. I wasn't engaged by it at all. I didn't laugh once, to be totally honest. But like, I'm not. I don't know. Like, I'm much more interested in like talking about it with you guys. Like, my experience with it was like, I appreciate a lot about it. I think it's you know, a clear that an auteur style filmmaker put this together, and it's clearly Steven's vision here, and I think that's awesome. and I think you did a really good job for what the film is. And I'm excited to talk about those parts. The thing I think that I struggle with it the most, to your question, Andy, about not having no expectations, no idea what this was that maybe it's a bit of a cultural barrier thing too, and me just having a lack of knowledge of foreign cinema. It's just the fact that watching it, like, it took me like half the movie to understand if I was watching a parody or not. Like, I just didn't get it. Like, I was entertained by aspects of it, sort of disengaged by other aspects, but then I was sort of just, I did lack, maybe you're right, like I did lack a fundamental foundation of what I was watching. And I feel like that probably did affect my viewing, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like, it's this, I assume not, this is not a parody. This is a zany, just very stylistic, funny kung fu film, right?
It literally just is, but like, we could get to we could talk about the references later, because he does a lot of that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you're right. It is just a plain zany, fun time kung fu sort of film, and I get it's not your thing. The cultural barrier is probably the most important part to critique, and you're right about that, I guess. So
I feel like we should mention that Andy is Vietnamese, not Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Lau's not my actual name, so yeah, it's fine.
Andy's not Andy Lau, just in case people didn't figure that out. I mean, my favorite parts were all the fight scenes, no doubt. Like, not even close. And not so much the humor of them. Like, I know that obviously there were like crazy moments in all of them that were like, they didn't make me laugh personally, but like, I thought they were just so well executed that I just more enjoyed that aspect of it, like just appreciating how well they were put together. And just how well it sticks to its style, and it's like just the crazy, the combination of the insane visual effects and the choreography, of course, and the stunts as well. Like, just, you can tell like a fair bit of this stuff was done on wires and stuff, and it's like it all looks really good. So for me, like, every time there was probably, I don't know, like, there are the films, that being the film's strength, I'm really glad that there were like a lot of fight scenes. It felt like there were a lot, which was cool. I don't know, like, there's just so many times when, like, there's not even like one singular moment I can point to, because it's just, you need to like break them down, because it's just happening all the time. Where there's characters flying everywhere, flying through tables, doing 50,000 rotations, kick flips, all this sort of this crazy shit. Like, I can't even begin to describe it. You just got to see it to believe it, sort of stuff. But it's all, that's the part where, like, every time, like, they start freaking fighting and doing all that sort of shit, and even the weird, like, super speed running that Liam was mentioning. Like, every time something like that happened, I was dragged back into the experience. So that's definitely where the film strength was for me. Have you watched? Do you know a lot about the making of, Andy, at all? Or because I'm interested most in the fact that I can totally relate to your experience of, loving a movie as a kid, or having nostalgia for a film and just liking it, I don't know, because you were a kid when you watched it and you think it's cool and you think it's fun. But then going back to it and then realizing all these years later that it's not just so good because it's cool or because it's fun, but because, like, you have the maturity to respect the effort that went into a lot of it that you just couldn't see beforehand. Is that fair to your experience, do you think, over time?
Well, as a person that's seen this film a lot of times, I've not really dug down into the making of or the behind the scenes aspect of the film, sadly. So I can't really answer that question. But it's totally not perfect, the film itself, for me. Like,
oh yeah,
I remember, the first time I watched it was definitely a 10 out of 10. But like, as I grew older, it's probably somewhere.
No, you can't give away your score. Nah,
calm down.
I'm so sorry, but like, it was a perfect film. But like, I do realize there are some other aspects that are totally so perfect. But you guys continue discussing, and we'll see where that goes when we cross that bridge.
No, you can't do that, Andy. What would you say is your biggest issue with the film? Revisiting it.
Well, before, when my sister and I watched it, a few times, we didn't really take too much of the relationship between the mute girl and Sing. because, you know, whenever we saw it, we didn't react too much to that relationship aspect of the film. It'd just be more like me going, oh, yeah, that girl's mute, remember? And then, yeah. But, like, the ending, though, did tear me up a little bit. So that weakest aspect somehow turned into, like, a decent part of the film.
Are you talking about the scene where they meet at the front of the lolly shop?
Yeah, that's right. It did tear me up a little bit. I won't lie. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good.
Yeah, but
Good
other
job.
than that, I can't really think of any other parts that I do not like. I love the film, you know, head to toe, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on different scenes. We can dissect down to like what's good, what's iffy, you know.
Sure. Well, I'll ask Fitzy how you felt about some of the character stuff in the film. Take it wherever you like, but I guess specifically because for me, like I totally agree. I think the character stuff is definitely the weakest in the film, and everything with the mute girl and their relationship was just totally weird to me. I didn't connect with it at all. But
same here, bro. Same here. Yeah.
I wonder if you feel the same way or have any comments on that.
Well, it was incredibly weird, like the structure of the film in terms of the character stuff, because like everyone in the film is kind of bad. Like the land, like you're introduced to Pig City or Pigsty City, whatever it's called at the start, and there's like, you know, there's the landlord lady, who's like the baddie of like the province or whatever, the place. So it's like you expect her to kind of be like a villain or something, but then she's one of like the kung fu masters, and then the guy that we're following is like wanting to be a part of the gang, but then he's like, also there's this flashback of, you know, him getting a prophecy from a homeless person about being a kung fu master. It was kind of like, is this taking it seriously or not? I don't know if like,
right,
if that like it felt like that's where it was going to go, but it also didn't feel like that for some reason, because it was just like very random.
It did feel a bit random. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But like when it started to happen, like I was like, oh, okay, it's like kind of taking that seriously, I guess.
Yeah, the tone does feel a bit different at times. Like, doesn't want us to feel sorry. Doesn't want us to laugh. Especially when the bully, you know, attacks Sing, the child version of Sing in the flashbacks.
Right.
And then he pulls his dick out and pisses on him. Like, you guys felt very brutal, yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. That was I totally get that, because that was a moment for me where I'm like, is that like the thing people do in Asian, like, is that, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm questioning my reality at that point, because I'm just like, that is like such a terrible thing to do. I couldn't even conceive to do as a child, that I'm just like, am I meant to laugh at this? Like, I didn't know how to react.
You know, Asians, right? They're just brutal in general, but like, we don't acknowledge it because it happens a lot, I guess.
Oh, okay.
If you get what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, and you were pissed on many times.
Yeah, you know, I been up for 12 weeks, yeah, heaps of times, you know, yeah. Especially when you're taking a shit and then you're under the, the toilet, but there's like a hole. You're in the middle of a river or some shit, or a lake, and then you're somewhere under it, and then poo just gets dropped on you because someone above you is taking a shit. Sorry, I'm just babbling.
I hate when that happens, Darren.
Yeah. No.
Hang on. You can't tell me this has happened to you.
No. It almost happened to someone though. I was on top. That person was on the bottom.
What are you doing down there? What?
What? Oh, what is that person doing?
Is this a scene? Is that scene from that goddamn Indian movie that we watched? What's it called? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Slumdog Millionaire.
Millionaire.
That scene, remember that, where he just gets shit? Oh my god!
Yeah,
real life experience.
Those type of toilets are very common in Asia. I mean, just saying. But you know, Asia's pretty. Oh, I don't know. Jane's probably more familiar with the culture, I'd say. But like, what do you think?
Jane, what do you think about Asia?
I don't know where I'm going. Like, dude,
Jane, did you have any thoughts on the relationship or the main character at all? Because it just, to me, it was weird. It was out of place.
I understand the criticism, but it's not one that I really share. I saw someone complaining. I saw someone complaining about how like he didn't know the main character was a main character until like the
third act.
Yeah, and I mean like that's very fair.
I totally agree with that, and I didn't even like realize. Yeah, that's totally true.
Yeah, like same too. But like in terms of relationship, I do like it. It's very minimal, but I think it's a cute way to tie the film together in the end.
It is.
It's a nice way to expose the heart that he always had. And it's like he was trying to be someone that he wasn't because he was burned by some guy selling him faulty handbooks. Like.
And children pissing on him.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. No, that does make sense. Yeah.
I think I say burned by the piss. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's true.
Piss, bro. I don't know what they're drinking over there.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's like I understand everything. It's minimal. It's out of place, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, that does make me like it more. That's a good point. Like if his character is someone who is inherently good, but has just been pushed in by culture, by his experiences, to all these dark places where he thinks he wants to be a goddamn mobster. That's cool. I like that. And
also, like, I agree with Jen. The relationship is pretty cute and all. And if you're from Hong Kong or China, or if you're familiar with Hong Kong cinema in general, you're evidently familiar with Sam Chow being a main character regardless. But like, I don't think you guys took that.
I mean, he's also top credits, so I mean, like, that should probably be like another indicator. But
yeah.
Well, as someone who didn't know who he was, like the fact that I'm looking at the man who directed the film, like I didn't know that prior. So,
but I mean, like it is very intentional. Like it's like that's pretty obvious in the way that he is just like disheveled and disgusting the entire movie up until he becomes a kung fu master and he's all neat. I mean, like like it feels it's very intentional that we're not meant to know kind of where the focus is on this movie,
right?
Because we don't start off with him, and like we're kind of introduced to all the characters of Pigsty and the Masters first. And so like, it's very easy to get lost. I think, that's not, I don't think it's so much of a flaw as it is like a design intention,
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's not, but I think Fizzy's right about the structure. It's not conventional and thus sort of didn't engage me in the moment. But that makes sense. Dude, he was so sweaty the whole movie. He was so sweaty. I feel like that was, talk about like, incredible vision right there. He's like, we're going to make this man so sweaty until we give him a shower in the third act, and then he wears white and becomes the kung fu master.
Doesn't even have a shower. He just gets beat the shit up and then just like becomes clean.
He comes out of the cocoon.
The chi energy just goes out ever since Mr. Beast just gives him a beating.
Yeah. Andy, is Mr. Beast your favorite character?
Oh my god, his character introduction was so random when I saw it as a kid, but like, it's so cool the way he grabbed the gun and just shoots his head, but he catches it.
Catches the bullet,
Do you guys find it very comedic or just like so stupid or whatever?
I just thought it was cool.
I've seen Jackie Chan do it before.
Oh yeah,
just ordinary, day in the life of all these martial arts films. Yeah,
pretty much. But like, I can't like Mr. Beast is like a very, his villain role is just like so out, over the top, but at the same time, everyone loves him. If you know what I mean.
Well, he was my favorite. He was my favorite for sure.
Yeah,
when he turned up and he was just this homeless dude who they're trying to find, and a homeless looking dude anyway, and then he friggin' like starts wrecking them all. That was great. He felt like an ultimate, like the best version of a final boss this movie could ever have. That's exactly what he was. And I thought he was sick, bro. I thought he was great.
I was kind of hoping for like a Tai Lung prison break though, where it just beats up the whole
Tai Lung.
The whole, all the guards and stuff.
What a great reference, by the way.
This version is more cooler, I reckon. Yeah.
Is it though?
Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda.
Who plays Tyler? Is that?
I was looking up. It's Ian.
Is it Ian McShane, right?
Yeah. Ian McShane. Yeah.
That's cool.
Winston.
You know the villain in Kung Fu Panda 1?
I know who Tai Lung is. I don't know who
Oh, my
Andy Chan
apologies.
is. Yeah.
He's the dude
Winston.
who's the hotel manager in John Wick, Winston.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And also Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean, the fourth one, whatever that's called.
Yeah. Okay.
It all connects. Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked him. I like Mr. Beast. We're not talking about the YouTuber, by the way, not for those who are unfamiliar.
Yeah, we're not
It's
talking
not
about
that-
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mr. Beast, like, apparently the actor, that was his, like, 16-year return from acting. It was basically his comeback.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if you're Chinese, you're probably familiar with him, but you haven't seen him in a long time. Apparently, to the Western audiences, he's known as the Bruce Lee knockoff as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, like, you know, after Bruce Lee died, there was like a lot of other versions of Bruce Lee basically parodying him, sort of, but like making different movies like Bruce Lee, you know, wah, and you know, kicks and all that shit. Yeah, but like, it is a big moment for him, for the actor personally, and you know, he has so much presence in the role, especially coming back from acting in like a decade or something. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, Mr. Beast is probably the most memorable character in the film. Speaking of which, I thought the landlady and the landlord was like also the best characters in the film, and you guys are like talking about how it feels weird that they transform themselves into coffee masters out of nowhere. Not transform, but like secretly being coffee masters. If you get what I'm saying.
Did we say that was weird?
I don't know. Liam mentioned something about the trend.
I was just saying that like it's just weird how they're kind of like villains at the start, and then like later they're kind of the heroes, but they don't really make the transition. But I mean, they're cool characters though. I like their movies.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, their son. Apparently, they mentioned something about their son dying from a fight or some shit. But like, I also didn't get that either.
Oh yeah, like Stephen Chow's their son, right? That's what it means, right?
What?
No, he's not their son. No,
because they say like, you know, if our son hadn't died, you know, all those years ago, he'd be about his age. But the thing is, like, Stephen Chow can't die because he just keeps on healing really fast. So is that what it is?
True, yeah.
Is that not like he's their son and like that's why he's a master, because they're both the two old masters?
Yeah, I did think that for a second when they like alluded to it, when they were like, when the camera just looked straight at him, like cut to him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought that was like what it was going for. Like, isn't that? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, like Zach said,
there's only some evidence. Yeah.
I mean, the character development isn't that, you know, strong either anyway. So like, it is confusing in some ways.
I disagree with that. I think there is substantial kind of arcs that they go through. You know, because like at first, you know, like I think what the landlady and landlord go through, I think are very, you know, they're kind of typical, but I think they're valid arcs, and you know, like I agree, it's definitely not like a lot of character stuff, but ultimately, I think there's enough there for an action movie that it can be, you know, talked about, I guess.
True, and we're going to talk about the Harper scene. You know, the battle between three masters and two Harpers, and then later on becomes the landlord lady versus the two Harpers. Like, do you guys want to talk about that scene?
What do you mean by what's a Harper? What's a Harper?
The musicians.
The musicians, the Harpers.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was playing a huge cello or something.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. But I like when that guy just got freaking decapitated. He just looked around and then the shadow showed his head falling off. That was great.
The cat as well. The cat got chopped in half. Did you see that?
Oh my god!
Oh, really?
I did not see that.
No, yeah, because like it's like the first few miss, and like the cat jumps off the roof, and then you just see his shadow get like Celeste.
That's nasty, dude. This film's so visually dense that, like, for real, as I was watching it, I felt like I blinked. And then suddenly there were instruments with powers in front of my face, and I was like, I don't understand how we got here, but it was like so weird. I was like, all right.
And then like they got like the Return of the King powers, where like the ghost came out of him and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that god! I completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was something. This film throws a lot at you, you know.
It does, yeah. The humor's pretty dark as well, all the time, pretty much. Especially the opening scene as well. I'm sorry if we're, you know, skipping from scene to scene.
No, go for it.
I'm just going to do a little mention about the opening scene where brother some gore. You know how he kills the crocodile gang at the start of the film, and then he
I
shoots
like
a
that
girl.
scene. Yeah.
What the musical as well, the dancing.
Oh yeah,
What you guys
I
think?
love the dancing.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
That was
so
like the
fucking
moment in
random.
the film. I was like, oh, this could be a masterpiece. Yeah.
Oh, was it actually? Oh,
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this film, but then
Oh, no.
yeah.
just fell off.
In the
Some
opening
of it fell
scenes,
off.
the
It's just
axe
that kind
game.
of it just became different. You know?
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah,
Film.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. In the opening scenes, the axe gang can be seen doing a dance number reminiscent of West Side Story, a musical in which two gangs fight for power over their territory. Talk about
Holy
there's a
shit.
there's a reference for you.
I wrote down like a list of references in this paper.
I will get to that. Oh my god, that was a long list.
No.
I saw that.
They just
How did
know.
I reference a film from 2021? That's amazing.
That's wild. That's great. That's a great point. That's a great point. No, I like the only scene a lot too. When he friggin' like Tom Hawk throws and takes off the dude's leg, and then yeah, we don't. I mean, my actual, if I were to boil it down, my actual favorite part of the film is just the fact that bodies go flying everywhere. Just that by itself, like the fact the fact that like we don't kill women and then they shoot her in the back. Like that's just the way in which the execution of the moment in which like she just goes flying across the goddamn set. I was like, that's great. I enjoy that.
Very Tarantino, I'd say.
No, yeah, that's a great point. It really is. That was, yeah.
Feels very Tarantino, yeah.
Tarantino would love this movie, I feel like. He's probably talked about it.
It probably has. Who knows? He talks too much, but
Liam, you mentioned that the comedy wasn't all for you. I was to say, what specifically was like the moments that go down? Because like for me, like the worst part, like the worst attempt at humor was the guy with his ass hanging out just constantly. Like that's the only part I didn't find funny.
I found that funny the first time when he like smiles after he looks at him.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't like the. Oh, like just the running is like the main.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cheesy, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's probably other things. I mean, I did laugh a lot. I do think I did say it's like quite a funny movie. I do like most of the humor, but there are just parts that are too goofball.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that the guy with his ass hanging out was amazing.
Wow.
No, it wasn't. It's fine. I don't know. It was actually, to me, like, I am being 100% genuine. I did not laugh once in this movie. I'm not trying to make a comment on it or anything. I just, you know how I am. But, like, that was, yeah, real dumb. Like, I totally agree with you guys. I don't know. But, like, Jane, what is some, I want to touch on the humor. Like, what is some of the stuff that, like, totally works, in your opinion? And it seems to work for everyone else, you know? I mean, is it one of those things where it's like what I was trying to explain with all the crazy flips and shit in the fight where you sort of can't even begin to point out specific moments, you know?
No, I think I don't know. I think all the interactions between like the land, like the landlord's introduction, I thought was pretty funny. Like just seeing him like kind of stumbling around and like doing shit. I like the relationship between Steve and Chow and his mate. I think there's a lot of funny, like just the bits of dialogue and action just there.
Yeah.
There's stuff. I remember laughing. Let me stop the film and I'll listen through it.
Well, while you do that, what about that scene where he asked the villagers to fight him?
Actually, you know what? You're right, Andy. No, I think I did smile at that. That was good. When every single person he points out gets up and they're either jacked or really tall. Yeah, that's good. Like cartoonishly so. No, that was that actually might be my funniest part of the movie. That was great.
Yeah, I mean that should make you laugh, surely.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the tape. You know, don't know if it actually made me laugh. We'll see. I don't know. Is Stephen Chow someone who's never heard of this man? Is he how significant of a sort of figure in, your, I don't know if I want to say, I don't know, your appreciation, love for whatever, for cinema in general? Is he is he someone who you just like because he did this movie and he's great at doing this movie, or is he done a bunch of other stuff?
He's done a lot of other stuff as well, which is also very slapstick. You know how Jim Carrey is to you guys, like to Westerners. Stephen Chow is that to us Asians, basically. Like he's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, not as over the top as Jim Carrey, but like very silly as well.
What, you think Shaolin Soccer and this movie aren't over the top?
Well, yeah, true. No, those two films are over the top. Like those is yeah. Like,
in the performance, though, I understand what you're saying. At least from what I've seen from this film.
True. Yeah, I think that his filmmaking is very over the top, though. But like his humor isn't too over the top. They're like very witty, very, very random, very quirky.
He's not pulling Jim Carrey face.
He's not pulling.
He's not going like, or whatever Jim Carrey did. Jim Carrey house.
Fantastic Jim Carrey.
This is Jim Carrey in every movie. Like that's just him. So I don't think he does. Stephen Chow does that.
That feels like a Seinfeld attempt at
it was
an impersonation. Like actually, it feels like Kramer and Jerry would be talking, and Kramer would be like, "Oh, you know that guy that," you know, like that feels like that feels like that kind of interaction.
Wow.
I'm so proud of that. I'm so glad that was the comparison you made. So yeah, Stephen Chow, you like him? He's good.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put Jim Carrey in this into this podcast for some reason, but yeah, that's the comparison I was trying to make. He's sort of like that to us Asians.
Okay.
In some ways.
I mean, I'd like to see Jim Carrey do fight choreography anywhere near as good as Stephen Chow did in this movie, you know.
Oh yeah, true. Speaking of the fight choreography, do you know who choreographed that fight? Like, do you guys know the name of the person that did the directing of this action?
I do not.
It's Yuan Wuping. Yuan Wuping. He also choreographed The Matrix, Kill Bill.
And, really?
Other movies. That's probably you guys are like so impressed about the fight scenes.
Well, to you, like, what are the fight scenes to you then? Like, are they as cool to you as they are to us, or do they feel different in any way to what you would usually see in films you like? Or
as a person that's seen a lot of martial arts films, it's definitely not one of the best things I've ever seen, but it is probably something I know that that Westerners would enjoy.
Bunch of dumbass white people, like, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's funny, yeah, that sort of thing. But like, to me, I'm just like, oh, that's, it's funny, but like,
okay.
I won't take it seriously, if you know what I mean. We shouldn't take it seriously anyway for Coffee Hustle, but yeah, it's good regardless. I especially like the editing of the fight scenes that Yuan Wuping sort of choreographs. Like the little details, such as like, when in that fight scene where the Beast fights a landlord and a landlady, like everything about that fight scene is so perfect. Like when sometimes landlady gets, the way she gets up, there's like a close up shot of her hand, and then cuts to like her flying up. It's like everything about that fight so perfect. It flows so well. I think that was my favorite fight scene between the Beast and the landlady / lord. I think that was my favorite fight scene.
Yeah, my favorite part of that fight was when they're both like the husband and wife are like laying in, kicks and shit on him, but then they like midair kick him in the face, but then the shot holds there, so their feet like cartoon, like they're both just staying there as he reacts to them. That was great.
The VFX of that part was so awesome. The cards and the chips flying midair. It's like it stops in slow mo. Yeah, that part was pretty cool. So, like, what was your favorite fight scenes?
I actually think the first one with the three masters is pretty great. It was like Matrix Reloaded, when Neo's fighting all the things at once, but actually good.
Right, that's the distinction, everyone. It's actually good.
Wait, I think Jane's talking, but I can't hear him. You're muted, yeah.
Oh, he muted himself. Oh, no.
Oh, no, the classic.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's right. Don't worry. Yeah.
Don't worry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I won't worry.
I'm not editing this episode, by the way. I just want everyone to know that.
Oh, yeah, I like that with the three masters. That's pretty epic. But, like, they're all just great. I love how, like, they just defy gravity sometimes. Like, they do, like, mid-air jumps or whatever. Not mid-air jumps. They, like, float in the air.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty epic.
They love floating in the air, bro. They do it all the time.
That's Chinese films for you sometimes. Like they do that wacky shit all the time. Like where characters fly. It's like gravity doesn't exist in any way.
Dude, there was straight up a Man of Steel moment where the Beast like does the shot from Man of Steel where he like flies. He's just flying and he like takes the main character like through all the walls. You know, like crushes them. Okay. He's flying head first.
That shot of him flying to the camera with his head, that was like, it tickled me so much. Like, I felt tickled. Like, it felt like someone was actually tickling me.
Mr. Tickle?
Did you guys get Mr. Tickle? Oh yeah, Mr. Tickle. Did you guys get intimidated by that weird ass shot where he just flies straight to the camera?
Yeah. No, I loved it. It literally just became Superman for no reason. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was so dumb. What do you guys think about the landlady? Just like her lines raw. Like, what do you guys think about that technique of martial arts?
Oh,
yeah, the scream.
I agree. It was cool. She roared and shit. Jane, what was your favorite fight scene?
I don't know. I quite liked it when they slowed down. Like, I love all the over the top shit. But like, you know, if we're like judging something off like the fight and choreography and action.
Oh yeah.
I liked it whenever it slowed down a bit, like in that final kind of confrontation with the Beast and Steve and Chow. Like there'd be moments within like kind of the absurdness where like you just slow down a bit and you see like a real like nice few clean, just like, you know, bang bang bang. And it was like that was really nice, you know.
When he comes up to the stairway, like the landing, like the balcony or whatever. The music completely stops and it's been playing like the whole time. It's been like over the top and shit. And then he just like fights through all the people in like real time and like normal, you know, human punches, reality. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah. He wasn't punching Stephen Chow's head into the concrete like he did. That was wild. He did that. Oh my God.
Yeah. That was like a scary scene though, where he gets punched to the ground. Yeah. Like his head gets to the ground. Yeah. And did you guys, like, I know, Zach, you didn't laugh at any point during the film, but like, did you guys take notice of the part where Stephen Chow grabs a piece of wood as he's like, you know, dying breath or some shit, and just like tries to hit Mr. Beast, but like it was a weak hit? Did you guys like that part?
Oh, but he hits the other dude. He hits the other guy first, right?
No, he's talking about after that. Like when he's like already been like beat like a pulp. He tries to still hit him.
Oh, I can't remember that.
Oh, I was hoping that was a laugh out loud moment for you boys.
But I've got another moment that I need to ask you about. Did you think that it was funny that when the gang boss and his accountant were driving away, and then the landlady and landlord appear in the car? Do you think that was funny? Because that's fucking hilarious to me.
Ask Zach, or Liam. Ask them. Yeah.
Did you think that was funny?
I've got zero recollection of that moment.
No, it's no. After they rock up with the two musicians and you know, they kill the three masters, and then the landlady and landlord come out and beat their ass, and then they're driving away, and like they just appear in the car with the gang boss, and like she's like just really intimidating them, and like they're not even like, I don't even think there's like any like dialogue. I think it's all just actions, like just like really subtle action. It's just
reference to Bruce Lee right there. That was a BruceLee moment.
If you go to
I'm not doing that.
52 minutes into the film, you'll find it.
Yeah. I know in the film where you are. That's cool. That's fun.
That part was so cool. Like just the way they appeared out of nowhere, and she's just like, you know, putting her hands on their shoulders as well. And then they shot themselves when they drove off after the landlady told them to fuck off. Like, did you remember that part with the fire? Like, brother Sam has like a cigar in his hand, he's like shaking, and then his assistant tries to like light it for him, and then he just chaos afterwards. That did you guys not laugh at that?
That was amusing. Yeah,
it was amusing. Yeah, it was
like amusing. Yeah, like that.
Random humor. It's your thing, Liam. It's your thing. I'm sure.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I don't know. Wait, but like, how sick was the landlord's agility though? Like when he puts his hands on the musician's shoulder, he's just like stealth as, you know, just standing there. And then when they try to punch him, he just goes Boing.
Like Mr. Elastic Man from the Fantastic Four. Yeah.
That one? Is that
Man.
Mr. Elastic. Right.
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mr. Elastic Man. That's the greatest.
Close
That's
enough.
good. Yeah. One of my favourite sort of tones that the film has is just the fact that it really, especially in the first act, I like how much it feels like a Western in terms of that set.
Yeah.
There in Pigsty Alley, and just the way a lot of the characters are shot, and you sort of get a lot of standoffish sort of scenes between when the gang rocks up and stuff. Oh, I like that a lot too.
Well, there's like a shot of like under the legs of like the gang boss, and he's like staring at that Pigsty Alley.
Yeah, exactly. When he turns up, yeah.
Mm.
It's good. I totally agree. Andy, you've teased it for long enough, all right? You gotta. What are some of the references that would be enjoyable for us to hear?
Shit.
I don't necessarily need to hear all of them. You know,
I've only got a few down there. Just like scenes I should remember. If any case you guys have like a 30-minute discussion.
Right.
But it's 50 now, so we're all good. Did you guys notice when Seven Chow tries to break out Mr. Beast? Before that, there was like a did you catch that reference where the blood gushes of blood coming out of the? Yeah, did you guys notice that?
The Shining thing. Right, yeah.
The Shining, yeah. So you got that.
Not too subtle, that one.
Yeah,
not too subtle.
Yeah.
I thought I loved it. Like it's just like random as it's. Like just before I mentioned the references, this is his love letter to cinema in general. Like most of them would be Hong Kong / Chinese cultural references, and he's also like dedicated some of those references to Hollywood films as well that he loves, I guess. Do you guys remember when Donut was dying? You know, one of the three martial artists at the alley.
Yeah,
Donut.
Was he the fabric guy, or was he like the
staff guy, the guy with the sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you notice when he was dying, he said, with great power comes...
Oh, yeah.
You actually said that?
Yeah, he did. He said that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
In Chinese, though,
he didn't just start speaking English on the spot. I'm glad you brought up that the stunt coordinator, fight choreographer, they're probably two different roles, one or the other, did The Matrix and Kill Bill and this film. Out of those, I mean, you said he did he do the original Matrix or?
The whole trilogy, yeah.
Oh, the whole trilogy.
He didn't come back for Resurrections, though.
The Resurrections,
I remember that being like a big thing now. Yeah.
I forgot Resurrections existed, Jaden. I think we all can. Right, but for me, I mean, the first Matrix is really good, but for me, like, I don't know, the fight choreography in this film is just like way better than Kill Bill. Like, just the way it felt and the way it was put together and the sound design, and just all felt like it was zany and over the top in like a way that I can really get behind. It didn't feel, it was cartoonish in terms of what was literally happening. Like, we're literally talking about characters floating and doing 10,000 backflips and all this sort of shit, right? But as you're watching it, like, you feel the impact of each punch, and you feel the impact of you know, every time someone goes flying into a wall. Like, it all feels right to me. I don't know, compared to some other stuff. They did a good job.
I mean, Yo Ping is like probably one of the most well-known fight choreographers in the world, basically, for action films in general. So, you know, everything he envisions whenever he, you know, conducts a fight scene, that it's all perfect, in perfect sync in terms of flow, rhythm.
Right.
He's an expert. He's an expert at bless you. He's an expert at you know, just crafting fight scenes in general. And you know, whether his films are bad or sorry, not his films. You know, like he choreographed like over 100 films. Like whether that's a bad film or good film, the fight scenes will always be the most memorable part of that particular movie. Like Yo Ping, he'll guarantee you to give you an amazing fight scene. Someone based, I hope.
It's well said. Very well said.
Nah, it wasn't.
It really was. What does the end of the film mean? Are we about to... I'm talking about the last moments of the film. Are we about to get this goddamn 10-year-old snot kid? Is he about to become a kung fu master?
Oh, you know, right, yeah. Teasing a sequel. Yeah.
Teasing a sequel. Building out a universe. Stephen Chow.
read an article. It was released a month ago. They were going to think about doing Kung Fu Hustle 2, 16 years after the first one. 16
Oh,
years?
really?
18 years out after the first one. Like, I don't want that to happen. I'd rather have like just one film, Kung Fu Hustle. That's it, Kung Fu Hustle. I don't want a sequel. It's just
sure.
What really frustrates me about Stephen Chow's later career is that he stops acting. He stopped acting after 2007, I think, because Kung Fu Hustle was his second last film. He's a director now. He just directs comedy films. Oh nah, I don't want to bring it up actually because it will get too political. You know, mainland China.
Good move. Yeah, good move.
No.
Good move.
I'll stop there.
Cool. That's great.
I want to make a point, but what I'm saying is I don't want to see Kung Fu Hustle 2. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, that ending was pretty hilarious. Where the beggar just goes up to the snotty 10-year-old boy with like heaps of manuals. That part was funny. Yeah.
I hated looking at that kid, man. I don't want to ever see that kid.
Nah. Can't believe it was the last shot of the film, which is pretty fucked up.
My God. So, actually, I'm going to drop this film a point just for that last shot. I had to look at
it.
It's unbelievable. No.
Wait, do you guys think the beggar actually scammed Singh after all? He did say Singh had potential, and he wasn't wrong.
Well, isn't that palm book? Isn't that like still like the fighting style he uses at the end? Like, doesn't he still use all like the palm shit? So I mean, like
that last moment where he scares the shit out of Mr. Beast. Yeah, that was a Buddhist palm.
No, yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't know if it matters, but I mean,
it doesn't matter. But like, it's just like, like, it wasn't wrong, was it?
No, I mean, I would say, well, he had no. I would say he had no idea. I would say it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it was a pivotal moment in his early life and his adolescence that it sort of took him on that journey. You know, he sort of did it himself, I would argue. But I don't know. It's a cool little element to throw in.
Yeah,
so that snot-nosed little kid is going to see that poster. He's going to think, dude, that's the coolest shit ever. And he's going to freaking wipe his goddamn face and he's going to become a Kung Fu master on his own volition. You know what I mean? That's the arc.
Are you guys seriously not impressed by Singh's third act transformation? It was like Neo, but like in the third act. The way Neo transformed into like a complete, you know, the chosen one, I guess. But like in this film, Singh does that in the third act. Like, were you guys not overly impressed by that?
It's kind of typical storytelling, you know. Like it's nice and all, but like, you know, it's
yeah,
you know,
like it was cool. Like I like that that's what the film became, and I like when we talked about earlier the idea of, you know, him being this good person underneath the whole time. Like I like the ideas of it all. It just sort of felt a bit unearned to me. Like it didn't really, as it happened, it sort of just felt like it was happening as I was watching it just because it has to happen. Like it felt like sort of an obligation as it was happening. It didn't feel like super earned by the story itself, you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah. I
Still
think
cool moments,
you know, yeah, I guess because of the Stephen Chow bias, I guess to us that's like amazing, all that shit. But like definitely from a storytelling sense, it did feel unearned. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you'd agree with me.
He looked cool,
really,
though.
He did look cool.
Did you guys like the Looney Tunes style throughout some of the scenes?
I mean, there's super fast force running.
Yeah, and the punches.
You can't get more than that.
Kick on the face and the kicks onto the face.
Well, as I said, I find like most of it like very amusing. You know, fires on his head, haha, funny. You know,
right?
But then sometimes with the running and you know whatever, it's like just takes you out. I don't know. Yeah, but like, yeah, the Looney Tunes humor and as Zach said, like the impact of all the punches. You know, that was like exciting, dumb, exciting kind of. It was like,
yeah,
this is funny. I like this. Yeah. I'm a child inside. Yeah.
How much Looney Tunes did you guys watch? How much Looney Tunes did you guys watch?
Andy, don't ask that question on this show, please. Don't. Why are you doing this, bro? Why are you doing this?
I was just wondering. I was just wondering.
Do you want Jane to hate me more? I thought we've been through this.
No. Yeah, true. I'm so sorry.
My God. Are you guys all good? Andy, have we brought up enough sufficient points in your opinion for this film?
I mean, I do want to bring up one character because it feels like
Go for it.
this part. this group of characters did feel like the most undiscussed, if that's a word, about the Axe Gang. So like the leader of the Axe Gang, like he was probably the only character without the martial arts. Like he was probably an extremely hilarious character as well. Like, what do you guys think about Brother Some Gore?
Yeah, I enjoyed him. It was, yeah.
He had pretty cool facial hair.
Very good.
Yeah, he had a nice
Didn't
face.
mind that.
Yeah,
Nice face.
liked his face.
All right, let's get into our final verdicts for Kung Fu Hustle. Andy, you can kick us off.
I mean, definitely for the first few viewings, it was definitely a 10 for me. But like, I kind of grown up to it. It's still a laugh out loud film for me. But there's definitely some moments that I don't really care about. But it's just you're just having fun. That's basically it. It's probably not as good as Shaolin Soccer, which is the other film that you guys should definitely watch. But I'll give it 8 out of 10. Just it's probably not a 10. 8 out of 10 is probably a fair score.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Fitzy.
7. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, really?
It was a good time. Yes.
So,
Jaden.
Yeah, I'm landing on 8 as well. I don't know, really like it. Yeah, it's everything I've discussed: humor, action, story, all works for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really want to rate it, but I'll give it a 6. I don't know.
6.
Like I appreciate it. I enjoyed talking about it. Those two things more so than me actually watching it. It was like,
Give the discussion of it a 6.
right.
Give this episode of Cinema Effect.
Episode 111 is God, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is a 6 out of 10. Yeah, exactly. And then the film I'll just leave unrated.
Pussy. No. That's fine.
Should that be a new transition sound effect? All right, let's get into news chat. I'm going to attempt to go fairly rapid fire. Andy, what the hell are you hijacking this show for? What's going on? Where should I start? Jaden, what are you going to give me a rating out of 10? Do you know the title for Knives Out 2?
No.
Awesome. I'm going to tell you right now and you're going to rate it on the spot. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
Ew. No. Absolutely not for me.
No out of 10.
Yeah. I don't know. Like
That's it.
2.7.
That's what we've waited for the whole time. We've been waiting so long for a title. All right.
Is that
Andy.
Ew, yeah.
Andy, out of 10. Let's go.
Oh, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, why couldn't it just be called Knives Out 2? So I'll give it a 2.
Cool. I like that logic. Liam?
Jane, what are you on? Glass Onion, Knives Out 2
Glass Onion.
is a good title. What is a glass onion? It's that's mysterious,
It sounds like it's going to be like a Fabergé egg ripoff type thing,
Yeah, it sounds like bullshit, which is great because it's going to be funny. It's going to be good. So, it just feels right.
It's an approval from Fitzy, not a score. He's refused to give a score, but an approval.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
Excellent. All right. Cool. That's good. I don't really care. I'm excited for the movie. I just thought it was like enough of a standout title.
You're going to rate it.
I'll give it a 5. I thought it was like I think I'm indifferent to it. It's fine.
Wow. I thought you were going to support me. Okay.
Nah, sorry. I don't know. I'm excited for the movie at this point. I'm just like, give it to me. Give me a trailer, It's coming out soon, so.
More Daniel Craig Southern accents.
Yes, no, 100%. Dude, Benoit Blanc, let's go, man. Let's go. All right. We've got 3 new animated Avatar movies in development over at Nickelodeon. Now, that's all the news says. I'd sort of, maybe some will be theatrically released. I would have thought, you'd expect to see some of these head to Paramount Plus. That sort of makes more sense to me. But based on, I did a bit more digging into this because that's all the official announcement was. And the word going around in the Avatar community, apparently, of which I am new to, the word going around is that one of these is a Zuko, Fire Lord Zuko movie. And one of these, I guess minor spoilers for Avatar. And another one of these is a prequel to the original Last Airbender animated series. But it's unspecified as to, how long or whatever. I guess you'd probably follow a past Avatar, Jaden, I just want to I want to see how you feel about this. How you feeling about the return of Avatar? Tons of stuff going on for the first time in a long time with this franchise.
I mean, wasn't it last year that we were told that we've got a studio that's being
This is what they
dedicated
do?
to- Yeah,
what
I
they
mean,
do?
like that. It doesn't feel like news because I mean, like I feel like this is what this is what you expect when they announced the studio last year. You know.
Oh, totally disagree. I feel like having 3 movies in development and shows and stuff, that's crazy. Like, I thought, if you told me they were just working on like one new show, I'd be like, okay. I feel like this is a lot. I feel like this is a commitment right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about Fire Lord Zuko, though?
I don't know how keen I am to fill in that gap in the canyon. Like, you know,
Okay.
in canon, not canyon.
The canyon. I should change the term.
Like, I'll always take more Avatar, especially if it's by the original producers, which this is, I'm pretty sure, right? I think the IGN people said this was.
It sure is.
And I would trust the IGN people.
So
well,
you just trust them. They said
it. I'll take it, and I'll watch it for sure. But like, in terms of like, well, what it's telling, sure.
Okay, all right. I'm into it. I feel like Avatar's having its Star Wars being acquired by Disney moment, which may sound probably alarms bells for some people, but to me, I just mean like I feel like Avatar's been, it's all it's had is 2 shows for almost 20 years, and it's now finally having its moment where like shit's happening, shit's moving, shit's in development, and I'm kind of into that, as someone who just loves churning out content, as everyone loves. All right. We're going to talk about this Joker 2 is rumored to be a musical. Andy,
Didn't like
does
the
that get
first
you
film.
so jazzed up for a Joker 2 musical? You didn't like the first film?
Nah, I don't know. It tries to be something. Like it tries to be, it tries to be like, have the same status as the King of Comedy or Taxi Driver, but like, I don't know. It's like everyone loves it. Sorry, everyone loved it, but like I don't really give a shit about it.
I mean, it's better than Taxi Driver. Everyone knows that.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. But like, yeah, I hope the sequel's exciting since Lady Gaga's in it.
Sure.
But I don't think many people appreciate her casting. I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
Oh, I like Lady Gaga. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. I love the very loud sex scene with Lady Gaga and Adam Driver and Yasuguchi.
Oh my god! Was
I
it
watched
actually
that in the cinema? Yeah.
Was
it just like pulsating the whole cinema with Dolby Atmos sound?
Yeah, yeah, man.
That's incredible. It was like equivalent to Travis Scott coming on at the end of Tenet.
Was it as loud as the one we X, the horror film X?
What's that?
Like, was it the horror film X? Was it as loud as that?
It was definitely louder. Yeah,
definitely louder.
Just Lady Gaga's whole,
Dude, that vocal range she has.
Tokyo Hustle, yeah, she was like the land lady, yeah.
Oh yeah, the scream. It's going like that, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Something to look forward to for House Gucci when I watch it on Disney Plus or some shit.
Just that scene, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga have an equivalent scene in this film.
Probably a lot of laughter though. One of those heckling laughs. I don't know. I forgot if Joaquin's Joker does that, but
yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He does. Do that.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah. He starts doing that a little bit. Because remember, he's got the illness where he can't help but laugh, and he has to hand everyone his business card that says, "I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because I'm mentally ill."
But what would Patrick Bateman think of that business card?
I love you, Jane. What a great reference. What a random reference. All right. Jane, did you want to talk about the Blonde trailer?
This 50-second teaser is fantastic. Like genuinely
good.
Brilliant. Andrew Dominic, he's doing something,
Well, he's directing it.
But yeah. Which should get you excited, Liam.
Yeah, I didn't know he was directing it.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels kind of Mank and Citizen Kane-ish, just in the way that they're trying to portray this historical figure, and like it's a bit like there's
it's black and white.
It is, yeah.
Hi.
Well, the trailer is. I don't know. If they're gonna just switch that up.
But like
in like the way they just show these massive crowds, and like it's just like overbearing. It kind of just feels like one of like Citizen Kane's, like it kind of like feels like one of like the like the election rallies, like in those scenes, it just feels really grand and kind of overbearing, and it it gives a good sense of in the because Anna de Armas is only in the start, and like at the end you see her, and it's like it's one scene just split up there, and like just that small like little bit just perfectly sums up kind of the story of Marilyn, or like what the book it's based off tells the story as. So yeah, it looks fantastic.
Awesome. All right. Is that a theater thing? Is that a Netflix thing?
It's Netflix, but I don't know if they're gonna do like a limited theater run, to get an Oscar contention.
Probably. Yeah. That sounds pretty on point. Yeah. All right.
Anna de Armas, though, she's gonna have to like not sound Latino throughout the whole film, so that's gonna be interesting to see.
An actress has to do an accent? Wow, I've never seen that.
It's nutty. Yeah.
Oh no,
never seen an accent.
I'm looking forward to her natural American accent. If you get what I'm saying.
Has she actually had a role without her accent before?
No. Knives Out, she definitely had a Latino accent. Blade Runner, it was definitely her accent.
Yeah, I've never seen her in anything where she doesn't just do it.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah,
I'm
she's
sure
about to be tested to the metal in this role. Make or break.
Definitely.
Make or break for her. No, she'll be great. She'll be fine. All right.
So
now it's
overrated.
time for our highlights of the week. It's so exciting. Should we do something different? Should we do like a 30-second challenge where everyone has to go and you've got 30 seconds like strictly?
Fuck that. No.
Andy, that means I'm going to do it. All right. So,
I'm too stressed. Bro.
Well, you can take some time to prep if you like. Do you want to do that? Just to think it through. What are you gonna talk about?
Like, not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed the news chat more than the actual discussion of Cover Hustle because I became less stressed over time for some reason. But like, sure.
Yeah.
Fucking put on the 30-second challenge and I'll see what I can offer.
I think you just start caring less, like all of us. I think that's sort of how it goes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna we'll do it. Why not? I don't give a shit. All right.
Do you have a timer?
Who wants to start? Liam, do you want to start, or do you know what you're going to talk about? Or?
All right.
The guest should start because the guest is so.
Oh, you want to start?
Liam's going to start.
Okay.
No, because
sorry,
because
Andy,
everyone wants to. Sorry, everyone wants to hear the host last because the guests they should start because it first and foremost we're the guests.
You start. You go. You're starting.
Andy's starting. All right, Andy, you're going to start.
Secondly, I'm sorry.
What? Are you ready to start or not?
Hold on. Right.
Going in 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds.
Last night I watched The Untouchables mainly because I've been spoiled by the film through Cover Hustle. It's amazing. Like, it's probably the most enchanting piece of crime gangster cinema I've ever seen in my entire life. I gave it 9 out of 10. So fucking good. Like, everyone in the cast, I thought Kevin Costner, I thought he was like a Ben Affleck sort of actor. Your acting's not great, but you're a better director. But he actually made me engage throughout the entire film. He's a great lead character. Sean Connery, his accent's so confusing, but he won an Oscar out of it. His presence is so amazing. And Robert De Niro's Al Capone. Oh, well, what can I say? Dude, did you guys watch it? Liam or Jane, you guys seen The Untouchables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you guys think of it?
Oh, it's a banger, isn't it?
It's a banger.
Mm.
Yep. 30 seconds. Boom.
I gave you so much more time. All right.
Did
Liam,
you actually?
I sure did. Liam.
Okay, 30 seconds. I watched Apollo 10.5, Richard Linklater. It's a Richard Linklater movie. It's about the 60s. It's a nostalgic time capsule. It's really good. I feel like it's gone under the radar and people should check it out. But it's just about his childhood, and the story is basically an excuse just to tell childhood memories. And yeah, that's a good movie. So
amazing.
Is Jack Black in it?
Jack Black narrates the whole thing, doesn't he? Yeah, I think so. Okay, 30 seconds. There we go.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, yeah, now you're done. You did good using your time there.
School of Rock and all that,
Kung Fu Panda.
I fell off my goddamn chair. I knew that would happen one day.
Oh
I'm so glad it happened when Andy was here. I actually fell off my chair.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
You right? Are you all right, Zach?
Yeah. Hang on.
Okay.
There's no way to recover the video. Oh, well.
Mm.
Oh, no.
What are you going to do? I'm just going to say kneeling here. No one's going to realise. No one will know.
It's like I wish it was like a security camera
I swear to God.
in your room. Wish it was a security camera in your room just to like show that fall.
Jaden, you're going next.
I watched Eurotrip. It's a similar relationship with Planes Trains that I had with this movie because like I'd seen chunks of it, but I haven't seen it in full again. This movie is fantastic. Like it's pretty lowly rated just because it's pretty crude humor, but like it's very funny, great music, nice story, typical story but nice. Yeah, and I loved it. I laughed a lot. I really can't emphasize how great the music choices are. For Yankees, they did a good choice of French and German music and shit like that. So yeah,
excellent, very good. I watched Honey Boy, the Shia LaBeouf film where he plays his dad, and it's just about him as an actor and shit, and as a child actor. It's really good. Highly recommend it. He's killer in the movie. That kid who keeps turning up in everything now. The kid who plays the young him. He's like literally in every movie I've ever seen now at this point. He's good too. He's really good. Yeah, it was really good. I highly recommend it. Check it out.
Thank you.
I don't need 30 seconds, do I, Andy?
I need fucking 5 minutes, bro, to talk about The Untouchables. I actually love that film, though, The Untouchables.
As always, now we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what is the best kung fu movie, or martial arts movie, I said, my apologies, of all time? All right, here we go. Aiden threw in a Kung Fu Panda gif, so we know his answer.
He had honourable mentions. Like I feel like we missed out on his honourable mentions as well.
Yeah, I think Aiden started typing and then couldn't be bothered, which I can't blame you.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then everyone proceeds to talk about Kung Fu Panda a little bit. So, absolute epic fail on the part of the Discord server this week. But who cares about that? We've got Andy here in person, so that's all that matters for this question.
All right. So, as you know, martial arts has been like a significant part of my cinematic life. I'm pretty sure I started off with martial arts films from a very young age. Other than that, I knew nothing about movies before that. So, like choosing a martial arts film would be very tough. Like, how would you guys, choose an answer? Like, do you want to choose it based off the best fight scenes or the best movie just in general?
What's your favorite martial arts film?
The best movie that you would call martial arts related in some form.
Some form. All right. So it doesn't really matter about the criteria and all that. I'd probably say, Jackie Chan, his films are pretty martial artsy, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
Like I know he's known for his stunts. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people would have said Bruce Lee films, but I don't really think I'd give a shit about Bruce Lee films. I love the man though, but like his films aren't my thing. I recently rewatched them last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's Donnie Yen films, there's Jet Li films.
Rogue One, wow, what a great answer.
Rogue One, oh yeah, great answer. Yeah,
that
Rogue
counts.
One,
yeah.
That fight with 10 stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll go with Once Upon a Time in China 2. It's like, I haven't seen Indiana Jones, but you definitely get Indiana Jones vibes from the Once Upon a Time in China series. The second film's like probably my Dark Knight film. So it's just something I could watch 20 times. Especially in the third act, how there's like two stand-up fight scenes where Jet Li. Oh, also the last fight scene has Jet Li versus Donnie Yen. So look forward to that.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Have you guys seen a Jet Li film before? No. You probably no, you haven't. All right, then it's not worth explaining. So yeah, Once Upon a Time in China 2 is probably my favorite martial arts film.
Cool, that's a good answer. Jaden, what about you?
Yeah. Well, like
Kill Bill,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze is probably where I land. This movie has everything in it. It's got teenage mutant ninjas and turtles and ooze.
And what style of martial arts do they do?
The Ninja Turtle version. Yeah.
Karate.
Yeah, it's between that and the Jackie Chan film in Australia, Mr. Nice Guy. That one's a banger. So yeah.
I love that. Yeah,
It was actually set in
Victoria
Australia.
market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was set in Melbourne.
Yeah. And like
What
he'll
the
just be
hell?
walking down like Brunswick Street or some shit, and you're like, oh,
How
I
I've
know that
never
place.
seen that. I've never heard of that. Hang on, I need to watch that right now.
Mr. Nice Guy.
It's always on Channel 9, dude. Always.
Always legit. Yeah,
Really?
it's like it's pretty fun as well, considering that it's set in Victoria. So you'll have fun with it, I'm sure.
That's really weird. Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, has a very cheesy theme song at the end, sung by Jackie Chan himself. So.
That's so weird. I've never seen this. Okay, that's cool.
So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is your favorite martial arts film, Jane?
Yeah, one of those. I don't know.
So not Kill Bill, not John Wick, not.
Well, I wouldn't call John Wick a martial arts film.
He knows gun fu.
Oh, true. Kung Fu, gunfights.
It's John Wick, obviously, guys. Come on.
John Wick, yeah.
God, help us all. Honestly.
Okay, nice.
We got gun fu, John Wick for sure. We've got, The Matrix for me. I'm such an inexperienced noob with this stuff, so like don't take my word for anything. But those are two of my favorites.
I don't blame you.
Although I'll tell you what isn't my favorite, Shang-Chi. That's definitely not my favorite kung fu film.
Nah, I
Martial arts film.
probably wouldn't watch that.
Yeah, no.
Even though Tony Leung's in it.
Yeah, he was good in it, wasn't he? I remember. Yeah, he was good.
One of my favorite actors ever.
Yeah, he's great. That's
Learn
true.
Way. Tony.
Wow.
Sorry.
My answer is
William?
Fight Club, directed by David Fincher.
Utter
No, I'm joking.
bullshit.
Is boxing? Yeah.
It's The Matrix. It's The Matrix. Yeah.
Matrix. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Did Rand have any martial arts in it, or is it just like a straightly pure film about Japanese warriors and all that?
Oh, Ron. Oh,
Yeah, Ran or Rand.
no, it's not a kung fu film. No, not a martial arts.
Isn't it called Ran?
Ran.
Ron. I think it's pronounced Ron, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So no karate, no stick fights, no nothing.
Oh, I mean, there's sword fighting, I guess. There's people
Okay.
slicing.
I think sword fighting does count as wuxia. Sorry, martial arts film, because Chinese films, they have a lot of sword fight films called wuxia.
Yeah.
That's typically a martial arts genre as well.
But there's,
So if you wanna-
okay. But there's no
Oh.
cool punches or whatever.
not necessarily have to be about fist fighting. Give me like weapons, because that's martial arts as well.
Well, then my answer's The Last Samurai. Then, if I knew that counted,
Yeah, that might be a martial arts film.
Yeah.
Maybe you can choose that, Zach.
great film. Yeah, loved it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. The Matrix. I like that answer. It's like probably one of the best ever martial arts films out there. The Matrix.
I'm glad you like it.
And this is me speaking as an Asian as well, because I gave that film 10 out of 10, I think.
Cool,
I like The Matrix, and I like Liam's answer.
excellent.
Cool.
I'm very happy about that. All right. As always, we'd love you to submit your questions or reviews for next week's film in the YouTube comment section. Send us a DM on Instagram or join the Discord server. Next week, we're going to be asking you what, Andy? What are we asking the audience?
Okay, so there's like a lot of issues in the middle of the discussion, so like I didn't have time to think. I was just like paying attention to the.
I've got one. If you
Go for it,
Yeah,
Jane.
come on, Jane.
What's your favorite biblical themed movie?
The Covenant.
Okay. All right.
We're
All right.
talking about
Biblical, like
covenants.
not strictly religious, just biblical.
Oh,
Oh, ooh. Yeah, no, we'll keep it biblical. Yeah, we've got
Okay.
covenants, we've got Prometheus. Actually, no, because we've had Prometheus, we'll open up to any religion. There we go.
Okay. All right. All right.
We'll be
Scientology.
inclusive. Yeah.
So, what is the exact wording of the question?
What is a religious-orientated film that you like?
That's it for this week's episode of Cinema Effect. Thanks everyone for listening and tuning in. We appreciate you. Liam, what are we doing next week?
Alien Covenant. We're finishing it off. Are we finishing it? Yeah. We
Oh
are
yeah,
finishing
dude,
it
we're
off.
putting a bullet in this goddamn series. Oh my
Bullet,
god.
yeah. So that's on Disney Plus.
Deep breaths.
Oh, yeah.
Deep breaths. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, everyone. Thanks everyone for listening again. Thanks, Andy, for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Hope you had fun. hope this wasn't an underwhelming experience. You know, it's like when you go to a theme park and you're super pumped about it, but then, you know, you get on the rides, you're like, it's kind of a bit slow or it's a bit kiddie, you know. It's a bit underwhelming.
I mean, if someone's listening to this or Luke or something, I hope they skip the discussion page and just go to the rest of the sections.
Oh, no, the discussion was good. I liked it.
Oh, no, I sound like an idiot. And plus the audio, I stuck up the audio because my sister knocked on the door.
Well, they don't know that. They don't.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. We appreciate you, bro. Thanks, Liam and Jaden, as always. Appreciate you guys. Let's get out of here, dude. I feel like I've lost all my energy for the day.
Yeah.
It's hard. Everyone out there, go and start your own podcast and try it, you fuckwits.
Yeah.
All right. See you, everyone.